Vicky, so good to have this conversation with you. I thought you could do just a quick intro about your history as an amazing scientist, as a big champion for women in STEM. I'm so happy and excited to speak with you. And I also thought you could touch a bit on the latest science of learning and how Minerva is applying that in the programs we've developed for our students.
Well, great. Well, it's wonderful to be here with you, Martha. So my training is in molecular biology and genetics, and I was a researcher, professor, and trainer of scientists for a number of years, and loved that aspect of my career. About 7 years ago, I joined Minerva after learning about Minerva through conversations with the founder, Ben Nelson, and some friends of mine that knew Ben that recommended we should talk. And I joined Minerva at that time, right as the curriculum was just getting developed and being actualized into teaching our first founding class of students. As Dean of Natural Sciences. And I was so excited about joining Minerva at that time for several reasons. I sort of call it the 3 Ps, the amazing people, both the founding class students, as well as, the folks working at Minerva, the pedagogy, which is really about active learning and taking, as a scientist, I'm not a learning scientist, I'm a molecular biologist, but as a scientist, it's like, yes, we have to take what we know or what the learning scientists know about how people learn, and we should be putting that into every single course, every single class session we develop. And so the ability to be able to join Minerva and start with a pretty clean slate and be able to really try to do that was really so exciting to me. Another aspect that was so exciting to me was the concept that, we're in an information age. It's quite easy to look up all kinds of facts and information. What is much, much harder is how do you use that information in a way that, benefits you, students, workers, family, the world. And so one of the things that is really unique, I think, about Minerva is how we have scaffolded our curriculum in a way where we have these key learning outcomes that build to what we call our core competencies, which are really important core competencies that everybody needs to have, such as critical thinking, creative thinking, interacting effectively, and communicating effectively. But those are big things, and you don't just learn those instantly. And we've developed a foundational curriculum where we introduce these and teach them initially to students, but of course you have to put things into practice to really learn it. That's part of the science of learning, is recalling, using in different contexts, and things like that. So what's really, I think, so unique about Minerva's curriculum is that we teach these learning outcomes in the first year, and then we encourage and use carrots and sticks to have our students continue to use these outcomes, not just in their other classes, but also in the experiential learning that they're doing as they're traveling around the world through these different global cities, as they're doing internships, working in different environments, interacting in different cultures and contexts. And I think that is so critical. And so when I joined Minerva and started developing the natural science curriculum, hiring faculty and working on that, I tried to put that same philosophy into our science curriculum, because with, 15 courses or something, you can't teach everything about science. So it was really like, let's develop our courses so we have these foundational concepts and these very basic skills that students will need in the fields that they're going into. And of course, you're learning these skills and these concepts, you know, in the context of specific topics, but you're not trying to teach every topic in science, as an example.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the things that is quite unique about Minerva. I think the other thing, another thing that's really unique about Minerva, and I think our faculty love this, is it's very team-based and collaborative in how our curriculum is both developed and then revised and continually improved. And one of my very first early hires at Minerva framed it this way. She says, I no longer think about my course, I think about our courses. And it's really true. And so that's exciting.
Oh, I love that, Vicki. Thank you so very much for this chat. As someone who benefited in the curriculum and is living these foundational concepts every day, I'm very excited to see more students get an opportunity to access the education at Minerva. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's lovely.